This is what it's come to. This is the cowl. So I got some close-ups about how I've done it. I'm not promoting that this is the only way to do it or the best way to do it, but at least this will give you some guidance if you're going to try to do it as well. The one thing I did find online wasn't done correctly, so I'm hoping to do it correctly. So this will be a short video, and it might end with me finishing this install. I'm not really sure. Let's give it a shot. I'll take a look and show you what I've done so far to prep. So this is like the channel here that's revealed when the cowl is removed from the car. Now, removing the old one is really tricky, and it's important you do it right. So this seam here, this piece, sits on the outside of the new cowl panel. So the new cowl panel slides down behind it. So what you see here is a few mistakes I've made with holes. I drilled too far to drill it out. Now, you want to try to maintain this, and luckily I did it on the other side. There's no holes on the other side. You want to maintain this strip with as few holes as possible, because this is the reveal side. So what I did was I took an angle grinder when I cut out my old one and went down the back, which is like, roughly down this part here of the cowl. And then I used a little sander and I sanded the welds out from the back. It took a long time, but again, I didn't want to mess up the firewall piece. Then on this side, which is also, I guess you could call this the firewall side too, this is attached from the factory with a series of spot welds. You can see I did a pretty good job here drilling these out. I wanted to make sure they weren't through. In a few cases I did penetrate. I've just brazed this and I'll sand it down because I don't want water to collect in there. I'm just trying to be very careful about humidity and water in the future, and I can't say that I've got that totally figured out yet. Before I'm putting this cowl on, I've done seam sealer the same way the factory did on both sides and across the center. This car is not going to get left out in the rain too much or anything, but I do want to use some where I'm not going to have access to in the future. So this panel goes on, it gets kind of jammed in. I can't hold the camera and do it at the same time. As you can see, this was brazed from the factory around here. I still have to clean this paint off. Brazed up here as well to the A-pillar. Across the top, what I did was drill these so I can plug weld each piece here, and I've done it on a pretty nice interval. So I'm going to clamp everything real tight, plug weld it to this. This is weldable zinc primer. The zinc primer here as well. I am going to spot weld this side. So we've got spot welds, plug welds, braze, and I've been calling this thing braze before. Bill mentioned it might be kind of welding. This is silicon bronze. I'm using the TIG torch to melt it. It is kind of like TIG welding. You are like feeding this in, but you're holding the welder torch further back and applying heat like this, and not like so centered. Just a general heat further back to melt the braze. The thing I'm going to do differently this time, it's a totally different product. I haven't opened this yet, but I'll show you. This is from a place called Muggy Weld that has some special brazing rod that I'll actually melt with a MAP gas torch. And what I'm hoping to do is get really good penetration in here. I'm going to try to fit this thing in. First, I'm going to sand the braze down where I filled my little mistakes before, and then I'm going to fit the cowl, clamp it down with about 1,000,000 clamps, get it tight, and see what we can do. So that step is done. You can see here it's smooth. There's a little bit of braze in there, so there's no penetration to the back side. I'm not sure if this even matters. I'm just doing it just in case. It's time to put a little more weldable primer on there and then fit the cowl up. Here's where we're at. This thing's fitted up. This is probably half an hour since the last clip I took, so quite a bit of time spent centering this thing and getting all these little clamps on. And what I've discovered through doing this is I don't think I'm going to be able to get both sides perfect, because you have to like really push down hard to get everything seated like you want it. So I'm going to start by getting it attached on this side. The other side's clamped down as well, but not as much. So I'm going to attach a couple points on this side and then move across, attach a couple on that, and then move to the middle. And then I'm going to put clamps on the back here as well as I go. So here's what I'm using. This is it's inside this package. It's from this place called Muggy Weld. I'm going to open it up so you can see. This is the flux on the outside, and it's silver solder that has like 70,000 pounds of tensile strength. It's really expensive, but I have high hopes. These are the instructions, which I've actually read. So I don't want to screw this up. It says actually not to heat up to red hot. They say to clean the area, which I've done. Then preheat the metal to about 350. No idea how I'm going to know how hot that is. And then start adding the flux. So yeah, they say you can use MAP gas, which I'm going to use here. I have an oxy torch, but I feel like it's a little brutal for this this particular case. So here we go. Let's give it a shot. So here's where we're at. Combination of the Muggy Weld down here and the silicone bronze TIG up here, where I need a little more precision. This hasn't been sanded at all, but you can see it's got good flow, and the panel's connected. So I'm pretty happy with this actually. Once it's cleaned up, it's going to look really nice, and it's the right way to do it. This isn't MIG welded on, and try to keep it the way the factory did it. Anyhow, so onward, we're going to keep working at this piece, and then I want to finish this and see how it looks before I do the next side, just to see if I change anything in my technique. I'm definitely going to try to use the Muggy Weld stuff again on the other side, because I feel like it's going to work if I just get a little better at it. Oh yeah. Okay. My dog. There it is. First one. I think it's pretty good. This is going to be real tricky to fit the welder in. I'm going to do my best. See what happens. I'm going to keep making my way around. And install. And I'm just gonna do some finish work today because I kind of ran out of patience. And I got a little cold yesterday, being down here so long, so I came back. And now it just dawned on me, the same way you'd clean your tungsten, you're cleaning the contacts of this spot welder because it's got like a little bit of, I don't know, it's not like corrosion, but it's like black soot on the end. Probably from paint or some contamination. So I'm just gonna clean these up. And I'm gonna add a couple spot welds to the piece where I see like the seam doesn't fit as tight as I'd want. I kind of wonder if BMW did the same because their stuff wasn't equally spaced. It was like they were just all over the place. I'm wondering if they did it and they're like, yeah, I'll add a couple more here and there. So anyhow, let's do a couple more. I've already sanded both sides of this metal, so what you're seeing looks kind of impossible, but I did some prep work off camera. This is just tightening up a few gaps. So now I'm just fixing some stuff yesterday. I tried to plug weld it with the MIG welder, but I'm starting to hate the MIG welder. And I like using the TIG these days. I'm using a really thin filler, so it melts really easily. And the nice thing about this panel is it's new, so it's not thin or rusty. So it's working out nice. And of course I'll sand this after. Probably should have just done it like this yesterday, but you live and you learn. Let's get some close-ups now that we're calling this done. The side, it's hard to catch the light here. There probably needs to be some more hand work here, like smoothing. It's smooth, but without paint on it, you can't tell if the panels are perfectly aligned or not. Another thing about the E30 is the hood comes up and sort of obfuscates this area, so I want it to be nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not the most prominent area that you can see in the car. So anyway, some smoothing out here, maybe a little more filler braze. This is definitely nicely attached. We've got spot welds across there. We've got our seam nice and tight. Same on the other side. We've got plug welds here and they're smoothed out. I forgot one actually, I forgot to sand that middle one. But those are smoothed out. So taking a step back, that's what we've done. And obviously all those plugs in the firewall that I've been working on for weeks are done. Those are behind this panel, so now you can't even see them, but I have peace of mind knowing everything's done nicely. So this is the other side, and next we'll start finishing cutting out the cage. It's just been so cold, I haven't been doing work outside. The new cage is on the way. I'm gonna leave the roof off until my friend Victor does the cage, because I think he'll have a lot easier time. And I am gonna finish the floors, the corners. I'm gonna cut off those tubes back there that are sticking out of that firewall. And I have a couple new pieces of firewall here that we'll use on this patch later. So that's it for now. Turn the camera on myself. Thank you very much. Tune in until next time. I don't know what the next project will be, but I'm pretty happy about this one. Talk to you soon. When you blur your eyes, you can kind of start seeing it, can't you? Kind of starts looking like a car.